Welcome to the shooting show. This week, Wilson goes wild, chasing roebucks in southwest Scotland. Plus we bring you all the latest news from the Northern Shooting Show.
So we've come for a couple of days stalking up in Dumfries, and historically buck stalking for me has always been an exciting time, but also the difficulty of being up at 3 and out stalking for 4 when we're in high summer, and then what you're doing with the middle of the day, whether you go for another sleep, because if you're up at 3 you can sometimes be out till 11 o'clock at night, particularly if you're sorting a beast out. You've got very little time for, getting some sleep, what would be sort of like conventional nighttime. So to alleviate some of the problem, we've decided to go with a slightly wilder approach with hammocks, sleeping mats, tarpaulins, real quick and easy to put in, and we're going to try and create some areas where we can put like a double camp in, get two hammocks in, 2 tarps in. And then depending on where the wind is, we can take either a favourable southerly wind position or northerly wind, westerly, possibly have maybe 2 or 3 camps, somewhere that's relatively easy to get to with the vehicle, but then we're not pulling off the ground and getting to a hotel or bed and breakfast. We spend more time on the ground, but then trying not to obviously spoil our chances when it comes to stalking. So adjustable tree straps. Carabiner goes in a different position, balancing the height of the 2 ends so that you're not feet higher, head higher in an uncomfortable position. Sleeping slightly off the centre line to try and get a flatter sleeping position, and with a reasonable inflated bedroll or sleeping mat, you can have a really, really comfortable night's sleep. And Linford commented this morning, he said he was amazed at how quickly I got to sleep. And to be fair, after a long walk and a bit of exertion, and then a gin and tonic when we got back, and a couple of burgers, I can sleep pretty much anywhere as long as you're warm and dry. And just really sort of finishing the job is the ridgeline and tarp. Real simple, no fancy knots, snicks and pegs wherever we are, and a bit Heath Robinson, but get the ridgeline up, get the tarp up, peg out 4 guy ropes, which keeps the tarpaulin out, so you kind of got a dry cover, and then you can mess around till your heart's content with the hammock. The only slight sticking point we had yesterday was we'd got 1 tarp up and we hadn't quite finished getting the second ridgeline up and tarp up. So a bit of wild camping, summer camping. And the heavens opened and we had thunder and lightning, and we both got soaked. Both coats back in the car, which is only like 20-30 yards away, but it was torrential downpour. We had hail, we basically had everything. So lesson learned, get your ridge lines up, get your tarps up as quick as you can. Well done. We're gonna just leave him 5 or so minutes there. Wind was swirling a little bit there, so you know he's reacted a little bit to the shot, but I think he's gone down sort of fairly hard, maybe taken a couple of paces. So we'll just let him chill for 5 minutes and then we'll make our way in.
Yep.
Cracker, eh?
Aye.
Well done, mate.
Alright. Thank you.
Nice buck.
Yeah,
Nice
buck.
burgers.
Nice burgers.
D&Ts. Slumming it wild man style in the hammock.
And a can of devil piss.
Cheers.
Good sleep. Oh, has that rain stopped yet?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh. You can snore.
Quite an abrupt end to little stalking session. Classic Dumfries weather, absolutely peeing it down. So we'd had a little bit of a breakfast this morning, got the hammocks and sleeping bags stashed away and just left the tarps with the ridge lines out, hoping for slightly drier conditions to pack those away. Had a little bit of a stalk this morning, found a nice new ride that we didn't find last night, which kind of leads us up to a sort of a nice area that we'll touch on again. But if we'd come down that ride last night, you wouldn't have got onto the book that you got onto.
No, so yeah, it was unluckily we took the wrong turning.
Yeah. So
Onto the book.
we came for a bit of a wild camp that was going to be a bit of fun with the hammock and everything. That's a bit of a baptism in fire, something that we've neither of us have done before in the respect of hammocks. So you know, that was good fun, particularly very comfortable and quick to set up and quick to take down, even with our limited knowledge of that. Something we'll do again, maybe show it a little bit more. And you wanted to, it's your second book you've had with me, I think.
Yep.
Second book ever. And we managed to, you know, get through a gralloch under torchlight just to give Linford a little bit of a steer on, you know, being self-sufficient when he's up here stalking, if he's ever up here by himself. So we're all steamed up, we're wet. We're going to have to dry everything up when we get home, but we have a buck in the larder, so job sorted.
Yeah.
The boys braving the rain there to bring home a roebuck. And now, it's the Shooting Show News.
This is the Shooting Show News. We've been at the Northern Shooting Show, which came to the Yorkshire Event Centre once again at the weekend. The show was popular among exhibitors and punters alike, with the indoor and outdoor exhibits both busy across the 2 days. Now 4 shows in, the Northern looks like it'll continue to grow and flourish for a very long time. General licensing was a hot topic at the show, with Basque fielding constant queries from shooters on how to stay within the law. Duncan Thomas gave us the latest update.
members are quite rightly quite concerned about a number of issues. You know, we've been prevented from protecting livestock. We've all seen the videos of lambs with their eyes pecked out. We've been prevented from protecting crops. We're representing the needs of the people that use those licences, those essential licences. You know, we want some progress, quick. There's specific guidance on the BAS website which explains how to use the licences to their best use. And you know, they just need to make sure that they are absolutely adhering to the letter of the law. You know, and we're saying that there are problems with these licences. Natural England need to get them sorted out, and what we're looking forward to now is a period of consultation where we can give our expert guidance with the other shooting organisations as well, and make sure that the way forward is the right way forward.
Across the aisle, Ely Hawke said the issue was really important to them too, and urged everyone to get involved in the fight back against the new laws.
The general licence situation is always going to cause us and everybody some significant impacts. I mean, we've got, at this time of year, it's the worst time of year it could have come along for us. We won't know the full effects until end of May, early June. So while we have responded to the DEFRA consultation just yesterday, clearly the impact will carry on for many months yet. We as a business have really worked hard to ensure that we can provide those solutions for shooters who want to actually have a minimum impact on the ecology. We've just taken delivery of the first batch for samples for the trade. So the trade will be able to get hold of samples of especially the clay version, because we're in the clay season right now, and we'll have limited run of the game version available for the trade to have, so that they can check on them, shoot them, be happy with them, because we'll have everything pushing through in quantities in July, August time now.
Over in the next hall, stalkers flock to see the newest trail camera from SpyPoint.
This is the new SpyPoint Link Micro camera. It's the smallest cellular trail camera on the market. It's also the most affordable. So it comes in at £199.95, so it's under that £200 mark. It comes with a month's worth of unlimited free photo transmissions through the cellular aspect of the camera to an app that's also free on your phone, on your tablet or on your PC. After that, you can also use 100 free photos a month for free forever. So there is no running costs involved in the cellular aspect of the camera. It's a 10 megapixel sensor, including day and night footage, so it takes still colour images in the day and still black and white images at night with its own onboard illuminator. It works up to about 80 feet. One of the primary factors for choosing a cellular trail camera over a standard one is that instantaneous notification of the photo. So depending on the signal strength of the unit and of your mobile phone, it's normally only a matter of seconds or at worst a minute or so before that photo comes through to you, and then you can choose how to respond.
With sunny weather on Sunday, we headed outside to the clay lines to see how the manufacturers were getting on. The Browning team were in good spirits.
Been busy all day and all day yesterday too. It's been great. Lots of people through yesterday. All sorts of different people, brand new shooters, experienced shots, but the star of the show I think this year has been the laminate, the 525 SL or Sporter laminate. Obviously strikingly different visually, but basically based on a standard 525 Sporter chassis or action and barrel with this laminated stock, which does have the adjustable cone. Uses the same Inflex T pad as the standard gun. But also with the addition of the Midas chokes, which just give it a nice little touch as well. It's been off the rack all day, and it's just one after the other. People want to try it, and it's been shooting really, really well.
Harrogate-based Viking Arms had a huge presence at the show, and they showed us their favourites in the Merkel Helix range, as well as the new Breeder shotgun.
Fantastic range of Merkels this year, starting from the Alpinist through to the Speedster, double rifle, selection of double rifles, shotguns, both over and unders and side by sides, right the way up to something as splendid as this. We have two of these, different engravings, both done in-house, one-offs, absolutely stunning pieces of kit. It's just unreal. Everybody just loves the workmanship involved in these rifles. And not only is it just workmanship and quality and art, it is still a practical tool you can take to any field and use. It's been a very special year for us so far. First of all, Sam, our MD, has been the first lady to be on the board of the GTA, and now we've got the new breeder Zenith, which is also a first for the UK. This gun is full of new features, tested features, a product that is going to help many shooters at that price point excel and take themselves to a different level. All they need to do is contact us or their local dealer to secure the gun. There are limited numbers coming in for 2019, and we can discuss all the new technical features.
On the optics front, Carly's Optics were getting a public showing at the Swarovski stand.
Callis has a long history of optics, one of the oldest manufacturers of optics in the world, dating back well over 100 years, and yeah, it's I feel a really good addition to our portfolio. The product is very reasonably priced as well, sub £1,000 for a pair of binoculars. And also we have rangefinder here as well, which you're looking around about the sort of £1,200–1,300 mark. Very, very good value for money, offering all the sort of usual functionality of a rangefinder. Feedback has been very positive as well, a lot of interest in it. We're going to take the brand kind of sort of forward and market it and sort of advertise, and obviously have it alongside our Swarovski products as well at future events.
And Blaser gave us an update on one of their favourite rifles.
We've launched a couple of products at EVA, which we now had here first on show. We had a couple of open days, but that was only to 100 members of the public, roughly. So now we had the full force, and the one that obviously got a lot of interest was my personal favourite, the new K95 Carbon, a more modern take with a thumb hole in a carbon stock to make it a bit more lighter and more widely usable. I personally have come across the situation so many times where I didn't want to take my big stalking rifle for a walk. Yet when I go onto my shooting ground, not actually intending to shoot anything, there are so many situations where you've got a deer that's been limping around, hit by a car, and you just say, I wish I had my rifle here. Now with this being a bit more subtle, you don't have a big sniper unit on your back, you've got a very, very small rifle that you actually don't mind carrying, because it's a ridiculous 2.2 kilos. You don't mind adding that to your pair of binoculars when you're just walking around, not actually intending to shoot anything. But my type of shooting is pretty much, I'm not big into culling every now and again. Yes, you go culling, you want follow-up shots, but most of my shooting it's one shot and it's over. So why have a big box magazine with lots of rounds with a bolt action when you just can have one of those and you can just, and it's just much more pleasant to use. It's just a nice toy.
That's all from the Northern Shooting Show. That was the Shooting Show News.
Well, that's it for this week. Thanks for watching. Please like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. And if you're not a member of BASC, it's time to join now. BASC, looking after your sport, looking after you. This has been The Shooting Show.